Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. In this one, we're talking about the NBA for Monday, April 1st. And in the video, we have 5 picks for you guys to consider. So stay tuned throughout the whole video to hear all 5 of the picks. Over the weekend in the private Discord, a ton of hits. Cut Up King used a bunch of our cappers. Picks over here hitting a ton of slips, you can see. Saint 310 getting in on some of the baseball picks and hits here. Carter with some hits on Underdog, which we've been hitting on. A massive 6-pick entry hit here in the MLB. Saint 310 hitting even more slips. Coley with a nice NBA 5 for 5 hit here. I posted a 7.2x multiplier over on Underdog that hit on Sunday night. Another one of our cappers, Number, hit a nice 2-pick slip here. And Volo with another baseball hit. So definitely check it out. It'll be the pinned comment, also the top of the description. Less than $1 per day to get access to 5+ cappers. See how all these people are hitting these massive slips in the private Discord. I do give out more picks in there as well and post the picks from the video ahead of time so you can get access to those before some of these lines may bump. Plus 5+ of our other cappers in that private Discord, so check it out. The first pick we're going with in the video is Derek White over 13.5 points against Charlotte. Obviously a great matchup. It's supposed to be a high-scoring game, but there is some blowout risk in this one. Still liking this one for Derek White. For White on the points this season, he's gone over this in 59% of games, and he's covered this in his last 6 games as well. Just been on fire as far as scoring 15 or more points in the last 6 games. So definitely liking this in a good matchup against Charlotte. Should be fast-paced, high-scoring, and Derek White hasn't played less than 31.6 minutes in like his last 12 games. So fairly safe here. The minutes are, if we do give him at least 32 minutes, he's hit this 63% of the time this season so far as well. I think he can play the minutes and continue this streak and hit this one like in Derek White in this matchup and game. And if you guys want to try out Outlier, this tool I use every single day, they have a 7-day free trial that'll be linked down below. Just click on that to get access to the trial. Great tool that I use to do some research on these player props. So the next pick we're going to go to is right next to him, Miles Bridges on the under of 21.5 points. Coming off a nice game, but playing against a back-to-back against Boston should be a really tough spot for Bridges here. And not liking this one at this high of a line. I guess it is propped up a bit because he did just smash it in their last game, but on that back-to-back, tough matchup. It's at 20.5 here. We're getting at 21.5, so this is a number he's only hit 44% of the time this season. He's hit it in back-to-back games, but barely with 22, and then smashed it with 33. Again, on a back-to-back, tough matchup. Boston, 5th best defense, allowing under 110 points per game. And not liking this one for Miles Bridges because of all those reasons. So I'm going to be taking the under on him at 21.5 points. Then for the next one, we're going to come over to OddsJam, which is another great tool that has a free 7-day trial plus 25% off after. If you want to continue using it, you can use that link down below to get the deal. Basically how it works is they take a look at Prizepicks, Underdog, those kind of sites, and compare these lines to other sportsbooks. So their top pick, Franz Wagner, at 24.5. Every other site up here has it at 25.5. So getting just that extra bit of value and savings definitely adds up in the long run. Good to find these deals and a little bit of arbitrage on Prizepicks definitely helps out. We could see Franz Wagner over here on Outlier. Going to be a great matchup here against Portland. Again, they have this at 25.5, so we can look over 25.5. He's hit this 62% of the time this season, but we are getting it bit of a discount, which he's hit at 68% of the time over 24.5. Going to be a good matchup here against Portland. They are bottom half in points, rebounds, and assists, all 3 of them. So a good matchup here for Wagner. He's been hitting it like all year until as of late, so I think this is going to be a good bounce back game and spot for him. Obviously, there have been some blowouts where he played under 30 minutes like last game and this other game against Charlotte, but I do think Portland can keep it close with DeAndre Ayton playing in this game. I do think it'll be a closer game where he has to play over 30 minutes. When he does play at least 30 minutes, he's hit this 75% of the time this season in 52 games. He's done that. I mean, if we just bump up to 32 minutes or more. He's hit this 82% of the time, so we just have to hope, again, not for a blowout here. And that's his average, 32.7 minutes. So I do think he can get in the lower 30s of minutes and has a really good chance to be hitting this one if he's getting to that point. So liking Franz Wagner. Oh, and it did change on us to 25.5. So like I said, some of these lines will bump, but I do post them in the private Discord before the video comes out. You can see over here that I did post this one already in the Discord, 24.5 in my channel. And you got to jump on these odds jam lines quick because they do change all the time as well, but a great way to find value in the moment. You just can't wait too long to lock them in. So now let's go to the next pick here. DeAndre Banton under 17.5 points. Not liking Banton in this one. He's had some big scoring games, so now getting a really tough matchup. Portland's not supposed to score that much in this one against the Magic here. So not really liking any Portland guys. And then with DeAndre Ayton, it's going to take away some of his shots most likely. So not liking Banton. We can actually do a cool thing over here on Outlier. And we can look at his points at 17.5, which he's only hit 15% of the time this year. But obviously, he was barely playing in the beginning of the year. Now, he's played 30 minutes or more in his last 4 games. Even in a blowout, played 30. So I do think we can lock him in for 30 minutes in this game. And he's actually hit over this in 6 of 11 games. But an extremely tough matchup here against Orlando. Third best defense, allowing just 108 points per game. And Portland's not projected to score a lot in this. So not liking Banton. And then we can actually look at games with DeAndre Ayton playing. And in games where he played at least 30 minutes with Ayton, he's only hit this in 2 of 5 games. And this is a really tough matchup. In tough matchups like against Miami, he only scored 12. Versus New York, only scored 16. So in the tougher matchups, also will struggle. And not liking Banton. In this one, in a tough matchup, so we're going to go to the under on him. And then for the next one, we're going to go to Luke Canard over on his PRA against Detroit. Great spot here. You know, he's actually playing against one of his old teams, Luke Canard is. So liking this one to go over for Canard. It's just a number he's hit a ton this year, especially without Desmond Bane playing. He's playing a lot more minutes. So we can look on the season. He's at this basically half the games, right at 49%. But we got to look at games without Desmond Bane also, and he's hit this 57% of the time when Bane is out. We could also get Santi Aldama out in this one. Not too much data on this, but hit it in 3 of 4. And then we also got to look at his uptick in minutes as of late. So the last 3 games, he's played 27 or more minutes, 30 or more in the last 2, and really in his last 8 games, at least he's played his 23 minutes, but that was a blowout. He should be in line for around 30 again, I would think, in this game. So we can look at games where he's played at least 27 minutes. He's hit this 75% of the time this year, but when he gets 29 minutes, he's hit this in 10 of 11 games. So really liking this one. Good matchup, good spot for Canard. Going to be taking his over on the PRA. So if you guys want to see how we're hitting these slips like this 7.2x hit on Underdog yesterday, a ton of big wins over here in the private Discord. You could see some massive hits over here in all sports. We have 5+ cappers in here giving out picks. So you can see a ton of hits using some of these cappers picks. Definitely consider checking it out. It's less than $1 per day or less than hitting a $5 3-pick slip on Prizepicks. So if we can at least help you do that, it should be worth it to get in there. We have a ton of cappers giving out picks, so check it out. We'll see you over in the Discord and subscribe to the channel.